What a fun project I have today. Look at this adorable teapot. I have some pretty florals, some greenery. I have ribbons that I will make a pretty bow to go in this arrangement. And I have some floral foam. This floral foam is from the dollar store. It's the individual little blocks. I like using this floral foam for arrangements. This is the soft foam, not the hard styrofoam. If you need to cut this cuts very easily with a serrated knife, but it's also soft enough that you can push this into containers or vessels. It crumbles a little bit, but it sort of melds to the space that you're putting it in. So I'm going to keep adding pieces to fill the voids in here so I get a compact, secure foundation to add my florals to. So you'll see me cutting small pieces here that again I'm going to put in there to fill all the voids in there. I'm loving the color of this teapot. On camera, it sort of shows as though it's black, but it's a beautiful cobalt blue, which is why I chose the yellow and blue flowers, which are going to be so pretty in here. If you happen to follow me for my Tuesday thrifting shops, this is where I got this adorable piece. You'll see me on Facebook always posting about my Tuesday thrifting. So feel free to give a follow over there. Thrifting is a great way to pick up pieces like this. And how adorable a teapot is. These can be used for fabulous arrangements for bridal showers, baby showers, engagement parties, birthday parties. If you're doing a theme party, like maybe a Mad Hatter event. I mean, so pretty. A garden event. You can use multiple of these, set them up on a dessert table, a bar table, have them ready to go as gifts for your guests. They're just so pretty. So now that I have all of my foam in there and I know I have a solid base, I'm going to start cutting all the stems off my floral bush. So pretty. And these are pushers that you can push the greenery up to the end of the stems. Whenever looking for flowers, I really try and look for the pushers and see how pretty they bend over. I'm going to start with 3 stems of the blue here. And that starts as my base for my arrangement and sort of how visually I set balance. And again, these go so easily into that floral foam. And I like that soft wispiness of just having them flow over the edge. Now I will take my yellow. I'm going to start with 3 of those as well. And you can see how these naturally bend over. Just a very graceful, wispy, sort of like a wildflower feel. I like the idea of wildflower, garden party, English garden feel. Very feminine. And see the graceful bend of it. I realized I'm going to turn it around so that it flows over the side properly. You sort of want to go with the shape that they are and work with that in your design. But if you do need to bend the stems, they are wire stems, so you can bend them into any shape that you like. And again, I started with 3 of the blue. I'm going to add 3 of the yellow, and then I will continue to turn this. It basically is a 360 design, meaning you'll see it from all sides, but being as it's such a small piece, you would see it from all sides anyway. Now I will start filling in the bare spots. And because it's not a very large piece, this fills up fairly quickly. And just so easy to do. Can't you think of a million things to do with a pretty piece like this? Even if not using for an event, this is a great Mother's Day gift, a gift for grandma, a thank you gift, a get well gift, a new baby gift, a new home gift. Just so sweet. Or this could even go anywhere in your home where you're looking to add an accent piece for your decor. So pretty on a kitchen counter, on a vanity, on a bathroom sink, your outdoor space. And I love the idea of doing a few of these down a long table. And as I always say, if you're thrifting for something like this, don't let the finish or the color prevent you from scooping it up. These are great to paint, and you can come up with your own color scheme and transform it and customize it into anything that you want, especially if you're going with a theme that you need a special color to coordinate with the theme. But this blue piece is just so pretty. And again, I'm going to continue to cut these down. And with these being pushers, sometimes the florals will fall off the tip. They're very easy to put back on and just put a little dab of glue under the floral so they stay put. And see how pretty that just gracefully flops over? So, so pretty. Please put in the comments what you think a piece like this can be used for. Are you planning any events? So now I just continue to fill in. I keep looking from the top and turning it from all around the sides to make sure I am filling in any holes. And just keep turning and turning to get a good look at it. Once I know that I have it filled in nicely with the florals, in getting a good look and turning it around, I'm going to add some greenery. These are the perfect little projects to use your leftovers on. I have a big basket that I keep with all my leftover pieces of greens or florals that I haven't used a complete bush of. And I love adding pieces of ivy, especially in a sweet little piece like this. It sort of gives it an English country garden feel, if you will. How pretty for an outdoor party or a garden-themed party. And I'm going to add it right at the lip of the teapot, and look at how pretty that looks flowing over. I added it on one side, so I'm going to add it on the opposite side as well. And again, it takes such little bit of product, but yet makes such a statement in a little sweet piece like this. Just a little bit of glue and attach it there under the flowers so that it's sort of cascading down. And it's a different color, texture, and shape of the greenery that's already in there. That always adds interest. Then I have these greenery pieces, which again are very soft, flowing, wispy. They're not large, heavy leaves. So sweet little leaves, again, that sort of have a habit of bending over so they will cascade over the side as well. Look at how pretty that looks. And all these little pieces that I have here, I'm going to add in. Wherever I see there is a space. I was careful not to hide the handle or the spout of the teapot because I don't want to hide that shape. That's what makes the piece so pretty. Now I'm going to make a bow to go in this. Oops, I found one more greenery piece. Of course, I'm going to put that in there. And a perfect little placement for that. It's filled in perfectly. Okay, now we'll get started on my bow. This is 1.5 inch wide wired edged ribbon. I always use wire edged ribbon because this way you could make the shape that you want and it stays. If you don't use wire edged ribbon, the bow seems to flop and not give the same look. So I'm taking here and just making a simple loop. I don't want it too big because I don't want it to overwhelm the piece. Then make a second loop. I hold them both up to make sure that they are the same size. I'm going to put a third loop in here and then just cut the tail. I always cut them a little longer than what I think I may need them because once I have it placed within the arrangement, if I need to cut it, I can cut it. Then I'm just going to take the yellow ribbon and place it on top and do the same exact thing. Make a loop while I'm holding it in the middle. I don't need to twist this ribbon because it's a double-sided ribbon. It's the same on both sides. If you saw when I was working with the blue ribbon, I would always twist it after I made my loops so as to make sure that the right side was always showing. So I have my 3 loops here. Again, going to cut it so I have a little tail here. And I'm going to secure it with a small 4-inch zip tie. Make sure that you have it in the middle. This way that your loops stay the same size on each side of the bow. And I'm not going to tighten it all the way because I'm going to make myself a pick to put within that zip tie to attach it to the arrangement. And I always save my stems that I've cut the blooms or the greenery off because these are wired edge stems, so they make for the perfect pick. I just bend it into a shepherd hook shape, and then I will insert that into the zip tie. And once that is in there securely, then I can pull the zip tie all the way tight. Cut off the edge of my zip tie. And it's secure. I will put a little, of course you need to fluff your loops there. And then find the perfect spot to put it within the arrangement. Again, I want to pick the perfect spot so I'm not covering the handle or the spout, so you'll always see the shape and know that it's a teapot. And to me, this is just the cherry on top. And imagine the bow can be your inspiration for the entire piece and customize your colors if you're working on an event or a special occasion. I'm going to cut my tails just a little bit. Again, that's easy to do once the bow is in there already. And how simple is that? Look at how pretty. I hope that you get an opportunity to try this. If so, please let me know. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my page. Thank you so much.